Came back, did my 3 years of science at Guelph. I didn't really like it. Science and I are not that compatible. I didn't like it at all, period. So my next thing was actually I'm going to apply in landscape architecture because I love plants. I love environment. I love this. I didn't know what it was really, but it was appealing. Not architecture, but landscape architecture seemed very attractive, that there's thing in there that I would find. Applied at U of M, didn't get accepted. Well, too bad. And so I decided I'm going to pursue my English reality and applied at the University of Toronto, got accepted, moved downtown Toronto. Whoa, loved it. Right? The farm boy in the city with the experience of a farm boy, but also discovering culture. A school of design is pretty amazing because it opens up the world. The way of thinking, the way of doing, the notion of invention, the notion of creation. Loved it. By the fact that my father was very progressive and about this kind of notion of ideas, fitted right in. So I did my 4 years in landscape architecture, discovered nightclub, loved the beginning of going out. The notion of gender, the notion of gay club. Whoa, it was great. Wow, it was fantastic. Art museum, art gallery, a bit of shopping, but secondhand shopping because we didn't have any money. I remember I was living in Kensington Market. Well, it was phenomenal. Culture, food from different ethnicity. I just was in heaven. So this is the moment there's a kind of a switch in landscape architecture that I realized plant world, but I was very more interested in the urban built environment, not knowing about any precedent of others, but I was learning about it and I felt so good at it. My last year final project at University of Toronto as a thesis student, I picked the old port of Montreal. That was my big project. And I was actually taking out all the site and going back to this thing shoreline and creating a promenade. My thesis at the moment was Michael Hough, this great Canadian ecologist. He said, I don't want to work with these students because he's taking a site out that could be amazing to create landscape architecture on it. I said, Michael, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this. That was not what I wanted to do, not knowing exactly what I was doing, but I was very convinced about that. So I went to see if someone at the School of Architecture would take me as their students to do my thesis project. And Blanche Lemko van Ginkel, this amazing urbanist who saved old Montreal by not allowing a highway going through, was very knowledgeable about the city of Montreal. She said, Claude, I'm going to work with you. Totally. So that was the beginning of me not fitting completely in what landscape architecture was. And I just dive into it with her. It was amazing. She was amazing. She taught me things as a landscape architect that I haven't learned yet at the school, which is called urbanity, urban design, and thinking of the city making. Right? Yes, you can take your site out, Claude. I support it. We'll do it. Let's go for it. So I have some quite interesting drawing of my final plan and designing towers, designing with concrete, which is not what I mean that I'm not about sustainability. But then as a young student, I was ready to embrace new way of thinking. And she supported me. At the end of my 4 years, I was received the Lieutenant Governor's Medal because I was so involved in it and I was radiating something that was big. So I got this huge medal, finished my landscape architecture, and start working in Toronto.